May 9th, 2021, Sunday morning. This is a work in progress, new channel. Still basically a new year, new beginning, new everything, really. Still got plenty of time. I see a lot of on Twitter and a lot on LinkedIn, mainly, because it's basically a more professional site, I guess, about getting into cybersecurity, how to get into the front door, how to do this, how to do that, how other people did it, all that kind of stuff. So I see that a lot, and I interact with people and try to get my own understanding and stuff like that on how to get into it. And I hope to build that on this channel with that, with more videos, more in-depth videos and such like that. A lot more do-it-yourself stuff. There's a lot of that on YouTube. How to do this, how to do that, how I passed my Security Plus, how I passed my CISP, how I passed that. In July, I was going to go for the A plus. At first, I was going to get the Security Plus, but that expired, and yeah, that is coming close to being expired. The A plus, the old one is expired. They got the new one out. The Network Plus just expired in March, and it usually goes about 6 months or so. I think 7 months out after that. So I'm still thinking about that, but I think I want to. I'd like to get it in July, but if the new version comes out prior to that, I don't know. Or if it's going to come out before the end of the year, I might just go ahead and get with the new one and go from there and start with that. A lot of these things with these certifications is they expire every 3 years. I think all of the CompTIA ones do. I don't know if the CISP ones or the CISA or the Project Plus ones do or anything like that, but I hope to get my first Network Plus, my first certification to be Network Plus, and then maybe get the Security Plus one. And that might be it for me. I see a lot of people, especially on LinkedIn, where they're spending all this money, and to each their own, for each whoever what they're looking for and what they want to get into and stuff like that. A lot of times I think it's overkill with the certifications, and I think there's a lot of misinformation as far as getting these certifications. I'm not downplaying or anything like that. I do believe they are a requirement and stuff, but I think it holds people back on getting their skill sets built and stuff like that, that they think if they're not certified or anything like that, then I'm just going to give up, or I can't get my certification until 6 months from now or something like that, so they hold back. And it's a lot of misleading stuff, and I think a lot of people need to rebuild on their skill set and stay focused on that goal. The other thing too is troubleshooting and all that other kind of stuff, the basics and stuff. I've done all that. I don't work in the security field or the IT field, but I read a lot about it. I try to educate myself on a lot of things. I do bounce around a lot, but I've become more focused now on the Network Plus. I was jumping around last year with the Security Plus, and then at the beginning of the year, I started getting into the A Plus. I got the brand new A Plus book and started reading that and stuff like that. But the thing with a lot of it, and I noticed that in the A Plus book, a lot of it's mentioned in the book. A lot of the stuff isn't around anymore, but apparently it's still on the test. A lot of stuff is obsolete, where you won't find in the field anymore, or you very rarely will find a certain thing out in the field on older networks and such. I know that a lot of companies, big companies, I believe even the government is still using outdated, operating systems and stuff like that Microsoft don't even bother with anymore. The Windows 7 and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that out there. Also, even people that are starting out getting into it, and not just that, but even on the not even in the private sector or anything like that, not even in the business world or anything like that, just the basic consumer that doesn't understand the basic things on how to do their own do-it-yourself stuff on their own laptops or phones and stuff like that, and they go to a shop and they pay, about $100. There was one shop that I knew in an area that charges $99 if your computer won't boot up or anything like that. And again, you can find all the stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. It all exists. But a lot of people, even myself when I was starting out, you don't know. And you read in the comments and stuff like that where people do things and they'll tell you how to do this and do that. And you'll see in the comments, no, don't ever do that. Don't tell people to do that and stuff. So you kind of got to be risky about that kind of stuff. But I came across somebody that was going to do that, and and she was going to pay $100 at this shop because the computer wouldn't start up. She kept hitting the power button. And a lot of people that are in the field, they know the simple stuff and they laugh about that stuff and everything like that. And everybody starts from somewhere. You got to start from the beginning. Um, on basic stuff like that, that can save you a lot of money and time. So I got her computer started. Took me less than a couple minutes. And she was blown away. She could not believe that. She goes, "Wow, it's that simple, huh?" I said, "No, not all the time." I had a small talk with her and told her that kind of stuff, and I told her, about different things you can find on YouTube and this and this and this, and she was kind of blown away. She's like, "Wow!" She goes, "How the hell can?" And then she started getting a little, not really pissed off at me or anything, but she was saying, "How the hell can they charge me $100 just to do what you just did?" I said, "Well, it's a lot of stuff." I said, "Just like when you're at home and you call the cable company and stuff like that, and they tell you to unplug the modem and plug it back in." She goes, "Yeah, she's had to do that and stuff like that." She said she's had to do it a couple times, usually in bad weather and stuff. She's been told that to unplug it or turn it off, turn it back on, or turn the computer back off and then turn it on and stuff like that. She's done that, so she's been down that road. But things like that people don't know, and that's the other thing I'd like to do with this channel is try to stick it to the right to the point kind of stuff. Like I said, this is a work in progress. Um, my first video on this new channel. I've had a couple of channels before that I've done this, but for other versions in my life and stuff like that I was going through and stuff like that I'm close to getting out of and stuff like that. Nothing bad or illegal or anything like that. Just some setbacks. And now I'm able to focus and concentrate on getting the Network Plus. And a lot of people tell you, start out with the A Plus and then go from there, then go from there. I'm seeing a lot where they want you to get into project management and stuff like that. And again, it's to each their own on that kind of stuff, and stay focused on the goal. I basically just want to get the Network Plus, maybe just get the Security Plus after that, and then go from there, or just get the Network Plus. And hopefully, if I land a job in a company, just I want to be around the servers and the cabling and all that. I like that kind of stuff, and the data center stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's what I want to get into for the Network Plus stuff. And the thing with that is you may need a Security Plus thing, but I'll wait on that. And I guess it could be helpful if you do get that. You have to. A lot of times that I come across, and a lot of people have said it, and I've come across it too in my reading and stuff like that, and my research and stuff like that, that basically a lot of people jump to this certification, and if you don't understand how a network works, and you don't know how to set up a network or how things move around in the network, how can you protect it? And that makes a lot of sense. So that's why I think I want to start with the Network Plus, get an understanding of that, get an understanding on how this works, how that works, setting up the switches, setting up this, setting up that, how to configure this, how to troubleshoot this, how to troubleshoot that. Then get the Security Plus thing and go from there. And I kind of think the two overlap one another too with those two certifications. I then go from there and see what happens. But the Network Plus will be my first certification, and go from there and see what happens. Like I said, I hope to move this channel a little further and get more videos going, try to update a video as things happen, as I progress into that, and go from there and see what happens. And I see a lot of videos where they have all these fancy, they use these filtering things with these explosions going on in the videos, and it's more than just somebody just talking. I had all this weird music going on in the background, and they turn it into, I guess they want to make it more entertaining to get people going. And I think a lot of people get caught up on that and say, "Hey, you got to go watch this video, man. You got to go see this," and stuff like that. And they lose the main focus of the video, and they get caught up in all the the glitter of the video and stuff like that. And some of it does get it, but a lot of it too gets to where I've done it where I've clicked on videos and stuff to try to get stuff, and the first 5 minutes has nothing to do with what the video is supposed to be about. It's going on about this and this and this, and I'm like, look, let's just get to the point. Like, if I want to learn how to do something, or want to learn how to troubleshoot something, or if the laptop's doing this, how do I fix this? What's going on? And you have to skip. You either skip through the first 5 minutes of it, or by the time you get to it, you look at it, you're like, oh, that really told me nothing. but it's about basically a lot of it's clickbait. Yeah, it counts as a view. I don't know how long you have to watch the video to get the view or anything like that, but a lot of it's a waste of time and it's just nonsense and it's misleading to a lot of people and that's just not my thing. So, like I said, this is a work in progress, and hopefully I'm a little more vocal on things, and we'll go from there. Hit the subscribe button, and take a ride with me on down the highway and the information highway, I guess they call it, or the IT highway, and go from there. And that the other thing too is I'd like to learn from people as well, people that are in the field and people that maybe just getting their first certification or are studying for their second certification, or they've got one certification. Maybe they already have the Network Plus and they're thinking about going. A lot of people have told me too, and I've seen it too. And again, it's each person's preference. Where a lot of people have gotten their Network Plus and they want to go back and get their A Plus, and a lot of people have told them that well, you're going backwards. Why get your Network Plus first and then get the A Plus? And then stuff like that. I don't know. A lot of people say get the A plus first. Like I said, a lot of it. I was reading a lot of that A plus stuff and seeing a lot of those videos, and a lot of that stuff seems to be outdated. I think a lot of the stuff in the Network Plus too is outdated too. A lot of the hardware, a lot of the software, and I know we're going into AI, we're going into machine learning, and all that kind of stuff, Python, and more advanced systems and stuff like that. But in all honesty, you still got to start with the basics. You look at these breaches and stuff like that, and you look at all these ransomware attacks, and you look at all these things that are going on. A lot of it's still the basics of people clicking on email links and going from there. Or I've been in places. I've gone into a hospital and stuff and looked around, and or a doctor's appointment a couple years ago. I'd go into the doctor's office, and people would be on the computers, but they'd be on their Facebook page, right on the computer. One woman was when I was just going in to let them know, and I looked over, and there was an outpatient was leaving at the main desk where you first go in, and she was on our Facebook page, and I looked over, and while I was waiting for the woman to set my appointment to get off the phone, she was talking to somebody, and I happened to notice the patient come over and said he had to make his new appointment and stuff, so she either closed out her Facebook page or just shrunk it down or something like that, and then went right into the file or the page where they set up no appointments and stuff like that. That's a problem. That's a security risk. That's a system administrator thing or a network administrator thing, and you see that everywhere. A lot of that stuff. That's one of the big things that needs to be done in this kind of stuff where there's too much freedom going on. Where I guess people get pissed off, and you see them in stores and stuff like that, where they're on their phones. They're always on their Twitter page, or always on their Facebook page, or they're doing this while they're doing technical work and in the thing. And you always see, even in the beginning, the first thing they talk about in any education course or something like that, they talk about end user training. They talk about training, training, training. And it doesn't seem to be happening. Companies are not investing in this stuff. They're not bothering. I guess it's just easier just to fire the secretary because she was on her Facebook page, and 350,000 patients info are now exposed, and they're getting emails, they're getting phone calls from strangers, and they're getting all these things sent to them and stuff like that because some hacker got their information. All because it was a simple fix. No Facebook on company equipment. So we'll go from there. Like I said, I made this video a little too long. I just wanted to break it down and give a quick overview of what I hope to get on this channel, and hope to learn a lot from this, from subscribers and stuff like that, and go from there, and hopefully get some subscribers and build a not really an empire, but build a nice stable little platform on here on YouTube under this channel, and try to eliminate all the nonsense, all the misinformation, and try to really get people to understand, and try to save some people some money. Try to show them how to do simple things. Get familiar with this. Get familiar with their laptops. Get familiar with settings. Get familiar with simple troubleshooting things. Do-it-yourself stuff to where they're not spending $100 just for something. No magical trick or anything like that. to get their computer started, or how to remove a virus, or how to speed things up, or how to remove bloatware, or how to do this and do that. A lot of people, maybe they don't have the time. They don't. I've talked to people where I ain't got time for that with their phones and stuff. I don't have time for that. I'll just deal with it with a slow phone, or the battery's draining and they got to charge it, 2, 3 times a day and stuff like that. Um, they get impatient with that kind of stuff. So that's the other kind of thing I'd like to trade off with people and go from there. So hopefully some people will subscribe. Hopefully you'll follow me. Hopefully you'll, in the comments, maybe have some input of how you got into cybersecurity, how you got into information technology, how you got in the front door, and how long it took you to get certain certifications. Where are you at as far as getting certifications? What was your first one? How long? That kind of stuff, and just build a platform on that, trying to help each other out, try to get into social not social media, but IT information and cybersecurity, and just get into technology for workforce in general.